We will begin our summary with a short but a highly interesting recording from India, where a man was returning home from a party. The weather was quite gloomy and rainy, and the man decided to make a quick Snapchat video for his friends to show them the unpleasant conditions on the road. However, he didn't expect to capture something terrifying. Did you see that? During this short recording, we can notice something unsettling. At one point, a terrifying pale hand appears on the window, and right after the car passes by, it vanishes without a trace. Was this the manifestation of a spirit that might have died on the road? Or are we dealing with the hitchhiker lying on the car's roof? Ian from the Midwest Ghost Hunter channel went on a ghost hunting trip to the San Haven Sanatorium in North Dakota. Lovingly dubbed the Sanatorium of Death, it was built in 1909 and served as a tuberculosis hospital before becoming an asylum. The estimated death toll in this place reaches thousands, and it's now abandoned, likely haunted by former patients who died there. Ian himself claims that this is the most terrifying location he has ever visited. Armed with his equipment and cameras, Ian begins his paranormal investigation.
Could you appear in one of these doorways? Oh my God, what was that? Dude, that sounded like a person. Okay, either I'm not alone, or that was a spirit yelling. It sounded like a male. Hello? Oh my God. Oh, okay. Run towards it. Oh God. Dude. What the came from out here. No freaking way. Yes, ma'am. I could use your help. Could you walk up to me? Oh my freaking God. That was the freaking creepiest thing I've ever heard.
While Ian is taking photos of each room, we can hear a disturbing scream. A few seconds later, another scream follows. However, this was not the only interesting instance of capturing voices. A few minutes later, Ian records a woman's voice that becomes increasingly menacing with each occurrence. This was just the beginning of a night full of activity.
Okay, I'm starting to think there's something beyond these doors here. Hello? Whoa, what was that? Dude, I think I just saw something. Could you appear like that again? God, dude, it is cold over here. Oh my God, it just went into that room. Dude, it just flew into here. What the?
We need to go back to the start of the investigation. Ian is walking down a hallway when a mysterious orb of light suddenly appears before him. Ian continues and captures the anomaly again, this time entering an adjacent room. After investigating this segment, Ian moves to another area where he starts taking pictures.
A lot of people say they see shadow figures. Basically in all areas of this place. I'm hoping to catch one in a photo. If there's anybody down this hallway, could you appear for me? Oh. What was that? It sounded like a breath. Was that you? Okay, I'm hearing noises all around me right now. Whoa, I think I got something on here. Dude, that was like a figure. Oh my God, and it's gone. Dude, I just caught something. It was by that window. Holy shit. Dude, that was crazy. I just caught like a photo. Holy crap. Are you standing by this window? Holy crap. That was so freaking cool. Could you appear again? Whoa, dude! I just got that in the freaking camera.
As Ian is snapping photos, we hear someone coughing behind him. A few seconds later, there is another cough. Immediately after, he takes more photos, and in one of them, we see a white figure standing by the window, which disappears in the next photograph. Then, something interesting happens. Ian asks the ghost to reveal itself, and it does so before his eyes. He stays at the spot where he captured the ghost, but further attempts at contact are futile. He has no choice but to move to another location. On the way, Ian hears the sound of closing doors and decides to investigate if he can find it.
Is there somebody in this building that opened this door? Make a sound if you did. Okay, I heard that. Did you knock on this door? Thank you. If you just knocked on this door, could you knock on it again? Whoa. Dude, look. Nothing. There's nothing. What the? Dude, something just passed by that.
When he possibly finds the door, someone or something knocks on it. As Ian approaches, something flies just behind it. Without hesitation, he opens the door and looks to see if he can capture the specter again, but unsuccessfully. At one point during the investigation, Ian decides to go to the morgue, where he captures equally frightening events.
What the? Who's down there? I swear to God, I see like a shadow over here. Is there somebody over here? Oh, shit. Dude. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, okay. I swear to God, I saw something peek out of that fucking room over there. Holy shit. That was definitely not my eyes playing tricks on me this time. I saw that vivid. Holy crap, it is freezing in here. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh. Okay. I'm hearing noises all around me, and I'm not liking this. Is this where they kept your body? Oh, holy shit! Oh! No, I'm done. I don't want to go back over there. Hell no. Dude, that thing just ran right into me. Dude, I felt it. I felt it run through me. Holy shit. Oh my God. That scared me so freaking bad.
While searching the morgue, Ian notices a shadowy figure manifesting right in front of him. The YouTuber goes to the room where he saw the apparition, but once again, another shadowy figure reveals itself and literally passes through him, making Ian increasingly terrified. Shortly after, he continues the investigation for a few more minutes, but is eventually driven out by whatever inhabits the building. So, what exactly did he capture that night? Over several hours of investigation in this haunted building, he recorded numerous unexplained phenomena. From unexplainable voices to light anomalies, white figures passing through doors or appearing in windows, and a mysterious shadowy silhouette that not only appeared to him, but also passed through him. What do you think of this investigation? Let me know in the comments below. Colton and Casey take us to a hunting cabin deep in the woods, where getting there itself is a feat. They chose this place because the inhabitants reported witnessing unexplained phenomena. Voices were heard, doors closed on their own, and shadowy figures were seen in some rooms. This was enough for Casey and Colton to go there and conduct their investigation. After a few minutes, they decide to split up. Colton examines the outside area, while Casey investigates the interior.
What? Hello? I know that did not just open up on its own. It just fucking moved again.
The self-moving cabinet doors were not an isolated incident. A few minutes later, they try to contact a spirit using an REM pod when suddenly their session is interrupted by an unexpected sound.
There being like another large huge...
Oh, don't get, yeah, stay back. Yeah. The motion detector. Talking, but the second one I definitely heard. That was fast, bro.
Wait,
Where is it?
Wait, what? I just heard the REM pod go off. I heard, ee.
Where is it? It's this way, right? You're right. It's easy to get lost in here, bro. Oh my God, dude.
What the was that?
The door just it closed on its own when I was walking in there. Like there's a door straight back, right to the hallway where the REM pod is, bro.
Why didn't the motion detector go off?
I don't know, but that door right there just...
Both hear the sound of their device. They immediately head in its direction. When they reach the room where their device is, something unexpected happens. The door to the room closes in front of them.
That door right there just closed. I got it on camera, I'm telling you, bro. That right there. I got it on camera, I'm telling you, bro. That right there. God. Yeah. Dude, there was just like... Could have been... Did you see that?
Right after the door closes in front of Casey, they both hear footsteps coming from the other side. The men decide to open the door and check who it was. Instead, upon opening, they manage to capture a faint shadow quickly passing in front of Casey's camera. Shortly after that, the team leaves the cabin and returns to their homes. However, during the editing of the footage, Casey noticed something that is not entirely normal.
I know for a fact the camera picked that up. There's like a bell or something that just rang in here. Hello? Is there anybody here? Is that it right there?
Did you manage to notice that? When Casey checks each room, behind the frame of one of the doors, he spots something resembling a head. The camera turns in that direction again, where we can see a strange brownish figure more clearly. Unfortunately, just like Hiro and Frank, Casey was unaware that he had potentially recorded a ghost. However, within seconds, he enters the room where he spotted the head. But whatever it was, it's no longer there. So, what was it? What did they manage to record that night? What was the mysterious shadow captured by Casey? To whom did that terrifying head belong? Only they can answer these questions. Until then, you must decide for yourself. Real or fake? You guys decide. So now let's watch Hiro and Tomo, who this time have been invited by the owner to investigate a seemingly quiet house. About a dozen years ago, the father of the current owner purchased this property and started renting it out. Unfortunately, the frequency with which new tenants left after just a few months was suspicious enough that the family began to look into the history of the place. It turned out that this building is supposedly haunted. In the past, Tomo, Hiro, and Mariana conducted an investigation there. However, Hiro still insists that the previous investigation was not thorough enough and is dissatisfied with its outcome. So, this time, the team, consisting of Tomo, Hiro, and their cameraman Zushi, ventured into this inhospitable place. The first few minutes pass without an incident, but when Hiro enters one of the rooms, he captures something that would send shivers down anyone's spine.
ああ、出ましたね。どっちだ？こっちか。あれ？こっちか。こっちか。こっちは？開かない。あ、開かないんだこれ。開かない。あれ？これ開かなくない？いや、開くか。なんか全部揃っちゃってない？そう。これ開かないもんね。で、問題のね、三角形の部屋がこの先にあるわけだよね。前回も三角形の部屋で、検証はしたじゃん。そうすると三角形の部屋の目の前まで来ますよと。だけどちょっと近づこうとするといなくなっちゃうっていうのを繰り返したんだけど、だから今回ここだけに集中するんじゃなくて、だから全体を検証しつつ、ここもやりつつっていう風でやっていこうと思う。じゃあ問題のいよいよ行ってみようか。で、この謎階段ね。うわ、びっくりした。待って。何が？待って。違うか。
何が？
なんか見えたね。
嘘。なんかが見えた。
わからん。違うか。気のせいか。とりあえずこっちか。で、ここがどん詰まりの1個目の角部屋ね。
After Hiro opens the door and steps inside, he notices stairs and something else at the bottom. But literally a second later, whatever it was disappears. If we slow down the footage, we can see semi-transparent feet at the bottom. The silhouette is quite blurry, similar to what Chris and Frank captured. However, Hiro doesn't fully realize what he has caught on camera, and the trio continues their investigation. Until Hiro decides to stay completely alone in the building. After a few minutes of wandering through the rooms, he enters one and stays there. But what happens next is truly terrifying.
待って。どうしてる？前と同じする。何これ？何この音？なんか何この音？何この影？
今車。どういうこと？うん。いや、
今ちょっと目の前にいるわ。
目の前にいる？
なんだろうこれ。今こっち。
いける。どこにいる？ヒロ君は。待って、ちょっと状況、とりあえず行くわ、じゃあ。わかった。
負けちゃうか。これ目の前にいたらどうしよう。びっくりした。
Hiro clearly hears someone behind the door and is completely terrified. Additionally, we see a mysterious shadow in front of his door. It looks as if someone is standing directly at the entrance of this room. Hiro can't take it anymore and calls Tomo to come and get him. A few minutes later, the shadow simply disappears. And just moments later, Tomo opens the door. But that wasn't the end of the night's surprises.
いた？なんかいた？なんかいた？
いなかったよ。階段。
なんかいなかった？
いや、何にもいなかっ
何もあってない？
た。合ってない、合ってない。
2本足の影ずっと。いやもう足はもう確実 100% 映ってるから。まあちょっと変な感覚なんだけど、やっぱりちょっとこの実体というか、映像には収められない感じだね。ここまでやっても無理なら。僕ずっと一人でやっちゃってたからあれだけど。行こう。あとはちょっとカメラのデータを見よう。
そうだね。
OK。
When Hiro closes the door to the room he was just in moments ago, we see something unsettling. Inside, there is a motionless figure standing still. Hiro doesn't notice it and shuts the door. What exactly happened that night? Who did Hiro manage to record at the bottom of the stairs? Who was standing outside the room he was in, and who did they capture just before leaving the building? So many questions and no answers. But what are your thoughts? This is truly one of the best recordings of a potential ghost that I have ever seen. The reason lies in one very important element. Most of you probably think from the very beginning that this is just a person and a glitch in the camera making the figure appear blurry. I don't deny this is a fairly common phenomenon, but how did the figure move the chair without touching it? Adding to that, the chair moves as the figure is still approaching it. It looks as if some force moved the chair so that the apparition could sit. Moreover, as the apparition sits at the table, it starts to fade away slowly until it completely dissolves into the air. So, was this a real ghost caught on CCTV, or is there a much simpler explanation for this phenomenon? We begin our investigation with the Foreman brothers. Josh and Sean are investigating the home of Cheryl, whose situation is so dire that the team initially refused the case for the first time in 17 years out of fear for their lives. The area where her house is located is very dangerous, especially due to her ex-fiancé, who killed one of their children. However, 2 weeks later, Cheryl contacted Josh again, pleading for help because something in her home had already killed her father, and her ex, whom she fears the most, beat her son to death a week after their visit. With the terrifying demonic entity, the ex-fiancé, and the dangerous neighborhood in mind, Josh and Sean came to help Cheryl. During the questioning, something tries to affect Sean. However, it clearly doesn't know who it's dealing with.
Hey, you got me alone. Is this what you wanted?
Burn you, Josh.
Holy sh**. It just said frickin' burn you, Josh. Oh my gosh. Josh, come here. You are not gonna frickin' believe what it just said. It goes, burn you, Josh. Right after you walked out, I started walking.
Crazy.
Now you're freaking crazy.
After Sean is left alone, the device captures the ominous words, "Burn you, Josh." the brothers decide to switch places.
Are you trying to possess Cheryl? Okay, that's 3 times. 3 times I've been touched.
Why?
Why are you touching me? I mean, these are not just like little touches. These are big f***ing touches. Tonight you leave this house. Tonight Cheryl's nightmare ends. Watch. What are you gonna do? Tell me who you're gonna kill. Over here. Something touched me and it said over here. Oh! Jesus. Oh, it's laughing. It touched me and laughed. I'm being surrounded by something. I feel like I'm surrounded. There's more than one of you, aren't there?
Josh is touched, forcefully enough that his reaction is telling. This happens repeatedly. Needing a break, the brothers switch places again.
I'm talking to you. Answer me. Come talk to me now.
Grave.
I don't know what you want me to do about a grave.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure neither. You're a piece of crap, I know that. You want to freaking attack people and hurt them? But you ain't doing nothing now, are you?
Go to hell, Sean.
Holy you. You. Oh,
Bitch.
you're you. Oh my God, I'm not going to hell, you are. You're going back where you came from. Holy this is where I need Josh. Oh my God.
While Sean is inside, the device emits the terrifying words, "Go to hell, Sean," which are genuinely disturbing. Shortly after, the brothers ask Cheryl to stay in the house alone and ask questions. However, what happens during the session is truly terrifying.
Does that mean a yes?
Satanic.
What do you mean satanic? Are you trying to come after me?
Leave.
I'm not leaving. This is my home. You need to leave. This is my home. I live here now, not you.
Oh, Jesus. Me running.
There was a huge f***ing black shadow right next to the f***ing window. I mean, that, like, shh. I looked over and there was a huge f***ing black shadow right there next to the f***ing window.
Holy let's just get out of here. This.
This time, a truly frightening situation occurs. When Cheryl is alone in the house, Josh and Sean are seemingly safe in the car. Suddenly, something strikes the window on Sean's side, and he sees a shadow accompanying the impact. No one could endure such an event. His reaction speaks volumes. Even though Ian had a similar experience with a spirit, considering the location and circumstances the brothers found themselves in, it can genuinely cause a heart attack. At the same time, not only was one camera recording, but a second one also captured the entire event.
Oh, whoa, oh, me.
This time, we can more clearly see what really happened. We hear the impact and see an extremely fast-moving shadow. Interestingly, slowing down the footage reveals that the shadow is very close to the vehicle, and whatever it was disappeared without a trace. After this, Josh decides to bless the house and end the investigation. Sometime later, they received a call that whatever was haunting Cheryl had disappeared. However, for many weeks, the brothers dealt with strange phenomena in their own house and bizarre nightmares. So, folks, the question remains, was the demonic entity truly banished? Did the investigation really lead to physical contact and attempts to scare the brothers? Or do you have another explanation for this mystery? Different conclusions were drawn by Johnny and Jordan. They returned to the haunted Jeffrey house, where they conducted an investigation over 2 years ago. During their last night inside, the ghost hunters managed to capture a terrifying shadow passing through a door. For those who don't remember the story of this location, Jeffrey, mentioned earlier, bought this house both as an investment and as a place to stay during family visits. It all started with an unexplained note he found. One night, he left pen and blank piece of paper. The next morning, the previously blank note had the word "Hi" written on it. Similar to Kimberly's experience, the ghost surprised her with this word. But the story doesn't end here. In the 1960s, a couple lived in this house. One day, the woman discovered her husband's infidelity and shortly after died under mysterious circumstances. It's still unknown whether it was a murder or not. Johnny and Jordan returned to the house where they previously captured a mysterious shadow, conducting another investigation. Several hours pass as they check each room. It's 1:55 a.m. when they decide to go down to the basement.
You following me, Rachel? Are you right beside me?
Children.
Children. It said child last time.
Did it? I
Remember?
don't remember
Yes,
that.
it did.
Child.
Child.
Were you? I don't know if she had a child or if she was pregnant.
Well, there was an affair, right?
Yeah.
And if there was a child involved,
Like allegedly, like this is like the rumor.
I know.
That we were told.
But I'm gonna take that as face value. It said child last time we were here. We never really got a chance to be in here last time.
We didn't do anything in here, I don't think.
Did you notice that? Probably not. But at 25:04, the doll's eyes blink. This is only visible when the footage is slowed down, stabilized, and zoomed in. Did anything cause its eyelids to move, or was it just a one-time occurrence? Nonetheless, Johnny and Jordan didn't notice this and continued checking the rooms.
Those cameras are rolling?
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of wanted to like check this area out with a K2 or something like that,
Okay.
where the bird was.
And we had all kinds of activity happening right here too.
So I kind of want to just
Just
like
the bird.
throw this down. And I really want to know, was there something that was here before we got here, the first time that we were here, that caused this bird to die? Or why was it here?
We have the Ouija set up on the table here because this is where we did a Ouija board session last time we were here.
Ooh.
And we had results. More stuff.
Again, right through here.
Brilliant.
Brilliant that what? That we set the Ouija board up in the same spot?
Yeah, we're real rocket scientists, aren't we?
In this case, once again, we're dealing with something that's hard to notice. When Johnny leaves the bathroom, his camera briefly captures something in the TV reflection. We need to repeat the previous procedure, and we see a vague figure sitting on a chair. The camera looks at that spot literally a second later, but whatever appeared in the reflection had already vanished. Could it be the ghost of the woman who was murdered? Nevertheless, this phenomenon also went unnoticed by the men at the time, and unaware of capturing two suspicious anomalies, They continued their investigation. They went back down to the basement.
Oh, this has been a huge...
Oh, it's just been a huge part of the puzzle for like this place.
Yeah.
Like last time and this time, it like very, very intelligent responses.
Very intelligent, very pertinent responses. And it just seems like we've been able to put this story together pretty easily.
Yeah. And there's like a select few
And
places
like,
that we've been where it is very, very important. Like Chad's place.
Yeah, yeah.
Insane. Like some place we go to, just nonsense. And then the next place, like boom, story.
You can tell it's like when it fits the story that you've already been told.
Yes,
coming
that's
in,
it.
And then you can start piecing it together, and you might still be off on a few details because you'll never know for sure. It's like
Wendigo.
Yeah,
the Wendigo place.
Until,
insane. Everything was like my remains, like death and all that, which 100% with the story and like that location, 100% fits.
And yeah, and then Chad's place. Sometimes you just nail it and then it's just
solved.
That was like.
But not every place is like that, and some
I think
places
it's
just
we're very
random
close.
shit. So it's like every place the spirit responds differently, and this one has also always been like, I mean, child and then children. Why would it say that twice?
Like, yeah, and then why would it? Was she like pregnant when?
I don't know.
When she died, like that is that another?
Or was there a child involved? That's why there was like a cheating scandal thing with like the cousin or something. Like, was she pregnant? That's why he was like running off. Maybe there was a reason.
This is the room we still can't get into. Jeffrey keeps this locked ever since his cousin heard the sobbing sounds from this room.
Did you see it? This time, something very quickly appears and disappears in the window. Something resembling a head seems to be looking towards Johnny and Jordan, then quickly hides. But this wasn't the end of the unexpected appearances that night. The men decided to conduct a Ouija board session.
You can come move this planchette, or you can come touch. Oh, just as I said. You can come touch this green light over there. It's called a REM pod, and it'll make an alarm sound if you touch it.
I will know you're here.
You know what it felt? It feels like something like punched me in my sleep.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Just needs like a little bit more energy to turn it up.
Well, we can't.
Say goodbye and we'll come over there. Oh! Look at that. Oh man.
That's weird. Okay, say goodbye.
During the session, the planchette didn't move. The only unsettling event was the device activating. But did you see that strange shadow? Let's play with the footage again and enhance it. We see a truly bizarre shadow moving from top to bottom. Shortly after, Johnny and Jordan go down to the basement, and what they record there is one of the most terrifying things we've seen recently.
Okay, two's here.
Looks like I caught something for a second.
Did you see that? Okay, don't worry. I'll play it again. What the hell is that? Right behind Johnny in the mirror's reflection, we see a terrifying pale figure of a small woman or girl standing motionless. But the most interesting part is yet to come. They weren't only recording this room with one camera. The other camera was placed at the entrance, recording the room the whole time. As you can see, there was no one in the room besides them the entire time. But the question remains, what was that apparition? Could it be the woman named Rachel who was murdered there? Did they manage to capture her not once, not twice, but 3 times that night? Many unexplained phenomena were recorded during their investigation. Some were very clear, some hard to notice. What do you think about their investigation? Real ghosts caught on camera or a well-prepared hoax? The decision is all yours. The next recording is from someone who most of you probably know well. Omar from the channel Omar Gosh TV is in Missouri at Pythian Castle. Completed in 1913, this 40,000 square foot castle was built for the Knights of Pythias, a formerly all-white fraternal organization formed in 1864. Located about 150 miles outside of Kansas City, Missouri, in the town of Springfield, the castle was originally built to house the widows and orphans of Knights members who had died, as well as elderly members themselves. Despite the Knights of Pythias shuttering the original services they provided in the castle after only 26 years, it seems the voices of the children who once lived there, along with the people who cared for them, continue to be heard throughout the property. This is the place Omar chose for himself while shooting the first season of Paranormal Edition, where he and 16 other YouTubers are sent alone to various haunted locations. While other ghost hunters face various unexplained phenomena, Omar conducts his investigation. At one point, he decides to try to communicate with the spirit in a somewhat unconventional way, attempting the ghost paper challenge.
I wanted to do something non-traditional though. I wanted to do a non-traditional way of spirit communication.
All right, I was able to find some paper and a couple pens downstairs. Look how cool these are. I just heard a freaking growl on the other side of this door. Unless it's an animal, maybe a raccoon or something. I don't know anything that growls like that. Okay, maybe this is not the best idea. I'm gonna do it anyways.
When Omar is about to perform the task, we can hear an unexplained growl, as well as a few seconds later, sounds of conversation. Without paying too much attention to the sounds, he continues the challenge. In short, Omar must place a piece of paper near closed doors and slide them under the door. Then all that's left is to wait for a response. Omar performs all the described actions, so we just have to wait for a response from the spirit.
I'm gonna do a countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Game is over. 0. Okay. Didn't get a response. But there's other noises happening all around me right now.
When Omar counts down to finish the challenge, he hears inexplicable sounds in his ear. Without paying much attention, he goes to the tunnel where you can encounter a subject called Mr. Boots, who, after you close your eyes, appears in the darkness.
Okay, Mr. Boots, I'm gonna close my eyes, and if you want to appear in the darkness, do so. You can smile, you can do whatever you want, but do not appear yourself to me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. See anything behind me? What about over here? Oh my gosh, I thought I saw a man standing behind me. Oh, hell no. Dude, there's something down there. There is something definitely down there. Oh. Yo, I got goosebumps so bad. Oh, wow. I don't know if I want to be here anymore. That whole ghost paper challenge thing, that just went out the window. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no. My light just died. My light just died. My freaking light just died. Good thing I brought another one.
When Omar closes his eyes, behind him, we can see a dark silhouette emerging from the wall, which, after Omar opens his eyes, quickly disappears into the darkness. He immediately leaves the tunnel. As he stands at its entrance, unexpectedly, his flashlight dies. Did the spirit that appeared behind him drain the energy from his flashlight? Well, the final decision is yours. One thing we know for sure, the next recording is one of the more credible ones. Yaya is a YouTuber traveling mainly in Asia and the US. Mostly on her channel, we find content related to food and exploring various attractions. We won't find any recordings of ghosts and the like there. The exception is literally one recording from 2020, where Yaya stayed overnight in a supposedly haunted house in Jakarta. Interestingly, during her stay at the estate, no paranormal phenomena occurred. But after a few weeks, she accidentally discovered something truly terrifying.
一直到上礼拜，我哥突然间问我有没有这栋房子的照片或者影片，于是我翻开硬碟机，影片一个一个看，结果我看到一个令我惊愕的恐怖画面。那个时候相机是往后远拍，然后没有在刻意拍什么东西，只是在移动中。但是当我把画面停在这里时，我突然间觉得有一个东西在看我。当时后面真的是完全乌漆嘛黑，没有灯，我是用手机的 flashlight 去找，于是我把画面调亮，我拍到一个很像女人坐在树上的画面。
At first glance, there's nothing characteristic that stands out in the recording. Just like in Kuro's case, it's only after brightening and enhancing that a figure of a woman sitting in a tree is revealed to our eyes. Is this a real ghost captured in a haunted estate? You guys decide. Gashan, from the popular Japanese YouTube channel Clip Store, finds himself near a toilet. Yes, a toilet. However, it turns out this spot is just one of several places that caught Gashan's interest. Initially, he went to a fishing area where anglers tell stories of a mysterious woman who supposedly drowned there and now haunts visitors. Despite exploring the fishing area, he couldn't capture anything concrete. So, he decided to move to a campsite with another rumor. Allegedly, a woman was murdered by several men in the toilet. And like the fishing spot, this place is haunted by her spirit. Gashan decided to thoroughly investigate, discovering that the ghost only appears under specific circumstances. First, you must honk, then turn the lights on and off, supposedly revealing the apparition.
次はですね、ヘッドライトを消して、クラクションを鳴らして、ヘッドライトをつける。やっています。
While trying to summon the ghost, something intriguing happens. When Gashan turns the lights off again, something hits the car. Frightened, he observes the surroundings but sees no one. He exits and checks the vehicle and area, finding nothing. He decides to record the toilet and continue his investigation. Returning to the car, he notices something unsettling. There are watermarks on the back seat that weren't there a few minutes earlier, as if someone soaking wet sat there. Without any additional phenomena, Gashan completes his investigation, ending with the chilling discovery. So, did you notice anything disturbing? No? Okay, let's play that again, but this time we'll enhance the footage. Did you spot the mysterious figure in the rearview mirror? It might have been difficult to see the first time around, but with the enhanced footage, it becomes clearer. What's more terrifying is that Gashan managed to capture the ghost, or that a terrifyingly pale apparition was sitting right behind him. Is this the ghost haunting the toilet, or the apparition that appears at the fishing spot, possibly explaining the watermarks on the back seat? As always, I leave the final judgment to you. We know for sure that while filming TikTok, 3 girls experienced a rather interesting phenomenon.
Nos mete a todas, pero al día siguiente ya está muy bien con su esposo y nosotros quedamos como pendejas. A ver, perra, vas a ver. Aquí hay una persona que su mamá tiene conectado su WhatsApp en su celular para leer sus conversas. ¿Qué pido? Ok. Aquí hay una persona... Aquí hay una persona... ¿Qué pido? Aquí hay una persona... Ay.
It was at this moment that Franklin knew. He fucked up.
No mames. ¿Qué creen que estamos invocando a alguien, güey?
We know for sure that not only George and Liz experienced flashing lights. Also, during this recording, we could witness it. But was it something paranormal? A faulty bulb? Or perhaps someone standing next to the switch? Dell and David traveled near the Lockhart River in hopes of encountering the infamous Lady in White, a ghost whose legend still lives on. Over 120 years ago, an unidentified woman leaped from the nearby water tower, and her identity remains a mystery to this day. Rumor has it that her jump was caused by an unexpected breakup with the love of her life. Since then, countless people have reported sightings of the woman in white, who usually appears at midnight. Knowing the history and the preferred timing of her apparitions, Dell and David ventured to that area to see if they could capture her on camera. During their investigation, they decided to conduct a seance using a Ouija board, attempting to communicate with the woman's spirit.
Yeah, I know there's like one that keeps on messing with my leg.
Here it comes. Dude, I swear, dude, I keep thinking somebody pulling down here.
Not really too afraid of ghosts and demons as much as I am people, right, Dave?
I know.
David's been held at gunpoint before.
We ain't talking about that.
Are you real? Oh! Oh, oh, oh! Yo, hey! Y'all alright? Yo! Dude, somebody got hurt.
That sounded like a woman, too.
Hey! I got goosebumps, dude.
Yo, are we really gonna go down here?
Hey! Are you okay?
There's no way we can even get to whoever it is.
Maybe, like, they were down there in the water. I don't know, dude. Are we supposed to call the cops or something?
I don't really know. I feel like yes, kinda.
Could that be like an animal, though?
They say bobcats do.
Yeah, like a screeching sound.
Out of nowhere, they are startled by a desperate scream. Without hesitation, they head towards the source of the sound, fearing someone may need help. And indeed, someone did. As they walk down the road, you can clearly hear a woman's voice saying, "Help me." Unaware they had recorded the voice, the two men abandoned their search after scanning the entire area without finding anyone. They then returned to their car, where they resumed their Ouija board session, but again experienced no further paranormal activity. Both decided to call it a night, but just as they were about to get into the car, the woman's spirit made her presence known.
Yeah, but for real though.
Get me in the damn car.
Yeah, that ain't gonna matter though, right? That we took our hands off?
I don't think so, man, because nothing even happened when we use that thing. I don't even think them things are real. I mean,
still, you just don't want to mess with it.
I mean, yeah, it's weird, but I mean, we'll try it at other places. Maybe they just don't do that here. I don't know. Maybe the spirit didn't want to do that. Instead, she wanted to scream at us for whatever reason. Dude,
what?
I swear to God, I just saw something go behind the car. Lock the door.
What?
Dude, turn your cam on. The backup cam.
Oh.
Turn it on. Dude, I swear I saw something white for real.
Oh,
holy shit. Yep.
Oh, shit.
What the f? Dude, is that just somebody out there? Dude.
Yo, get out.
Dude.
Go.
What the f is that, dude? Hey, who's out there? Who's out there?
Go. Turn my light. There he is.
Like, I can't tell, like, he was over here, right?
It's hard to tell from the backup camera. I think it was over here.
The trail right here. Well, it looked like it was over here. Hey! Anybody out there? Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. It was
Dude, I think that was her.
Hey!
Or somebody just f***ing with us one for real. No, we need to go down.
Who was coming out here?
Hell no!
Dell noticed something near the vehicle and asked David to turn on the car in the backup camera. When he did, a white figure could be seen standing just behind the car. The men quickly jumped out and searched the area where the apparition appeared, but after several minutes, they found no sign of anyone. So they ended their investigation. Did they manage to capture the legendary lady in white that night? Who was it that cried out for help? As always, the final decision is all yours. Carl is a motorcycle enthusiast. Practically every chance he gets, he hops on his bike and rides for miles, recording everything with his GoPro camera. However, one night he had an extraordinary encounter on the road that is quite difficult to explain. At one point, a person crosses the road, clearly unbothered by the approaching motorcycles. Carl even uses his light to signal that crossing at this moment is dangerous. Whoever it is, they seem completely indifferent, and as Carl gets closer, the figure accelerates and almost runs into him. Here's where it gets creepy. Upon contact, the figure literally dissolves into thin air, and when Carl turns around, we see there's no one there. Interestingly, many people analyzed the recording and found that the figure had no face. But is this significant if it was indeed a ghost? Probably not. What do you think about this footage? In the meantime, let's move on to the next quick video, this time from Reddit. Here we will see Kimberly, who, during a quick trip to the fridge at 1 a.m., captured something she will remember for a long time.
Oh, hey. Jackie. Hi. Okay, I'm gonna go back to bed.
While Kimberly is struggling with a cereal box, behind her, the word "hi" is heard. She turns around, terrified, thinking it's her roommate Jackie, but it turns out no one is there. Moreover, no one was nearby, and her roommate claims she was asleep at the time. Could it be a voice from the other side? Did she manage to capture something paranormal? For this and the next quick clip, you need to think deeply, because, like the previous recording, this one was also captured by a camera installed in a room. On the chair next to the children's bed, we can see a strange apparition that resembles a small boy. Interestingly, the silhouette appears and disappears at intervals, only to vanish without a trace. What do you think? Did the camera truly capture the ghost of a child manifesting its presence, or do you have a more rational explanation? And we return once again to Japan. This time, along with Chibitama-san, we will visit another haunted temple. However, this building is completely different from the one in Kuru's footage. It is practically a ruin, threatening to collapse. Ignoring the warnings, Shibitama-san decides to visit this place. Nonetheless, he didn't expect to witness an unexpected encounter shortly after arriving. Literally on the steps in front of the temple, Chibitama notices a mysterious figure. He immediately pulls out his camera and starts recording. However, due to the sudden rush, the crucial seconds are filmed in such a way that it's hard to see anything clearly. Nevertheless, after slowing down the footage, we can see a figure at the top of the stairs disappearing into the bushes. Later, when Chibitama checks the spot, whatever it was, it's no longer there. After a few minutes of contemplation, Chibitama decides to continue his investigation and enters the temple. For most of the investigation, apart from a few objects moving on their own, The night went smoothly. He had nothing left but to close the doors and end the investigation.
はい、ありがとうございました。では帰ります。さようなら。はい、さようなら。お、そうや。
Did you see that? At the very end, Chibitama closes the door and walks away. However, shortly after, we hear a noise coming from inside, prompting Chibitama to turn his gaze back to the building. At that moment, we can see a terrifying face in the gap of the door, watching Chibitama intently. Most interestingly, after a few seconds, whatever it is starts slowly dissolving into the air until it completely disappears. What the hell was that? Was it the same apparition he managed to capture at the beginning of the investigation? How did the face in the gap dissolve into the air? But the most important question remains open. Did he really manage to capture a real ghost on camera that night or not? That decision is up to you. The well-known YouTuber Frank finds himself inside an abandoned monastery. Yes, that monastery. During his previous explorations of this place, he managed to capture numerous unexplained figures, apparitions, and even a potential skinwalker. Clearly hungry for excitement and adrenaline, Frank ventures into this area once again.
Almost coughed. Oh my god. What the hell is that? Someone spray painted 666 on the wall. Buenas. ¿Quién eres? Hold on, I'm gonna wash my six here. Just in case something comes out behind me.
When Frank revisits the room where he previously captured a mysterious childlike figure, the first thing that catches his eye is a mysterious shape near the altar. However, upon closer inspection, it turns out to be just a dummy left by someone, likely to scare potential visitors. With nothing left to do here, Frank continues his investigation.
All this area here is starting to flood up. Hear that? Hold on. I think I just saw somebody in the other room. Oh my god, I'm getting so wet. I legit just saw somebody in the other room, I think. I saw something move.
Buenas.
As Frank walks through a corridor, something catches his attention. He notices movement in one of the windows and immediately checks the room, but finds no one. Even after enhancing and properly lighting the footage, nothing is visible at first glance. However, after watching this segment repeatedly, I noticed something. I'm not sure if you can see it too. What do you see, folks? A face or something else entirely? Nevertheless, shortly after this, Frank decides to end his investigation due to heavy rain. But don't worry, this isn't the end. A few days later, he returns to complete his investigation. From the moment he arrives, strange noises start emanating from inside the building.
I don't see any light sources coming from any of the windows up there. Oh my god, it is so freaking cold tonight. But back there, I think is where I was hearing the weird sounds. Which I'm assuming it's coming from the forest line area. Oh, I just saw like a weird light. See it? What is that? I think that's coming from far way behind there. Maybe the highway in the very back. Oh my god, it is so cold. Alright, at this point now, I'm gonna go inside because I am freezing cold. I'm gonna see if I can switch my camera into color because it is extremely dark.
Prompted by the groans from the building, Frank circles it from the outside. Unfortunately, whoever it was has gone silent, so he has no choice but to go inside. But did you notice that? Just before entering the main building, he manages to capture something in the window that looks remarkably like a face. Previously, it was hard to tell if there was anything in the window. This time, it's much clearer. Unfortunately, he didn't notice what he had recorded at that moment, and Frank enters the building. After several minutes, he exits again, once more lured by inexplicable screams coming from the forest. Interestingly, these suspicious screams are so unsettling that nearby residents call the police, who speak to Frank to ensure he is not behind them. Once the matter is resolved, Frank decides to use a thermal camera to thoroughly scan the area and find the source of the mysterious screams.
I'm using thermal night vision, and I got something right there. It's given a pretty strong heat signature. There it is again, right there. Anything that's warm will come off as black. Nothing in this area is registering that color like that. What? It just made a noise. I'm gonna switch onto my thermal, my night vision. As of right now, I don't see what I saw on thermal, but there is something there.
Frank manages to capture something on camera. Yes, something. It's unclear exactly what it is. On the thermal camera, it appears only as a black blob resembling a crouching person. Interestingly, when Frank switches to the night vision mode, there's nothing there. Whatever it was, it disappeared. What do you think? What did Frank capture the first time? A ghost or a reflection? Was the white figure seen a few days later also an apparition haunting the place or something easily explainable? And most importantly, what was the mysterious figure caught on the thermal camera? Was it responsible for the screams frequent enough to prompt a police visit? You are the judges. You guys decide. Also, if you want to watch the full episode, visit his YouTube channel, Franco TV. The team consisting of Shiro, Torihada, and Ukshan decided to join forces like Omar and go to a ruined hotel that is also connected to a hospital, around which building circulate many mysterious stories. On the third floor, where the operating table is located, a figure of a woman who committed suicide there is often seen. On the seventh floor, unexplained phenomena were often experienced, resulting in a quick evacuation of the building. The team from the Torihada channel has already visited this place once, and the team concluded that it was the most terrifying experience of all haunted places so far. This time, a three-person team led by Shiro enters the building. They immediately go to the third floor where the infamous operating table is located. They decide that Ukshan will lie on it and be completely alone with his eyes covered, while Shiro and Torihada will explore the building from the first floor up. Shortly after, Shiro and Torihada find themselves on the first floor, and the camera they left with Ukshan records something terrifying.
薄く反応しますね。ちょっと待って。後ろ。今ガタンって言いましたよ。確かにかすかにガタンとはなって。誰もいないですよね。ちょっと見に行きません？僕結構はっきり聞こえたんで、なんかガタンっていう音ですね。何かが起きるような。待って、普通に中行って。
いや、先に言いました。
うちゃん、大丈夫ですか？
どうした？いや、音が怖い。物音。
またなりました？
でも、こっちも聞こえてないんですよ。マジですか？
その叫んだ時には聞こえてないですよね、多分。近くまでおったけど、聞こえんかったで。マジで？どんな音？
なんか歩くような感じ。
歩く音？近くで？いや、歩く音はなくて。
Shiro and Torihada hear Ukshan, who is clearly scared by something. They immediately go to the third floor and have a conversation with him. It turns out that he was very alarmed by clearly audible footsteps of someone moving right behind him. The static camera confirms this, but not only that. After enhancing the recording, we can see someone in the mirror's reflection standing right behind the operating table. Suddenly, the apparition disappears, and we only hear footsteps moving away from Ukshan. After this incident, Ukshan remains on the table, while Torihada and Shiro go to the upper floors until they reach the infamous 7th floor, which is the most haunted.
ちょっと待って、俺も切れた。僕結構充電してきたんですけど。俺も今、ちょっと待って、使うんです。ちょっと待って、めっちゃ音してるって。てかめっちゃ女の音したんですか？俺だけ？女性ですか？うわ、くっさ。ハエ飛んでる、ハエ。なんかまた死骸とかあるんですか？骨だ。うわ、何の骨？待って、また来たんすけど俺。足。おお。ちょっと待って。めっちゃ触られた感覚、あったかい感覚今また。シロさんやばいっすよ。うわ、ちょっと待って。なんとかなってるな。いや、ちょっと待って、骨だらけだな。ほら。うわ、ほんまや。うわ、なんかなってる。反応してるまた。なんなんこれ。ちょっとこれ右、なんかなってるな。この部屋やばいっす。こめかみ痛くなってきた。ちょっとこれ、うわ、またなってる。これブラックライトあります？そうっすね、一回やってみましょうか。待って。どうしたんですか？電気消えました。そうです、電気持ってないんですか？いや、さっき消えちゃって、これ。なんかないですか、つけれるもの。めっちゃ怖いんですけど。 とカメラ貸してもらっていいですか？はい。ナイトスターなんで。見えな。ちょっと待って。なんで消えたのこれ。うわ、ちょっと待って。めっちゃ触られた。ちょっと待ってください。ちょっと待って。どこ行った？シロさん行きましょう。ちょっと早く行きましょう。うわ、ちょっと待って。痛い。シロさん、一回ちょっとこっち来れます？来てください。見えん方向から腕触られてますよ。いや、やばい。電気ないですか？ちょっとそれ、ちょっといけるんで。してもらっていいですか？いや、ちょっと早く降りましょう。映ってます。なんですか？いや、僕、右腕触られたんですよ。シロさん、どこいました？触られたっす。がっつり。どっち側にいました、シロさん。こっち。左側でしょ？左側です。僕、右側から触られたんですよ、腕。上からです。
When they're on the 7th floor, inexplicable phenomena occur minute by minute. They hear mysterious sounds. Both of their flashlights die simultaneously. They enter one of the rooms where something even more extraordinary is happening. Both light sources from Shiro and Torihada's camera die at the same time. They have no way out and switch to night mode when Torihada is touched, terrifying him to the point that he flees from the room to the stairwell. In the camera footage, we see a blurry shadow of a hand approaching him. But I must ask that famous question: did you see it? Indeed, without some enhancement of the recording, we won't notice anything. But when we do, we'll notice that someone else was in the room besides Shiro and Torihada. On the left side, we can barely discern a female figure dressed in a red dress. Was it the spirit responsible for all the equipment malfunctions? Did it manifest after drawing energy from their devices? What truly scared Ukchan's son? Was it a real ghost captured on camera in the haunted hospital? Or is the explanation for all these phenomena simpler than we think? Well, folks, make your decision wisely. Jeff and Phil certainly had it easier during their stay at the abandoned caulking lime works, having the entire building to themselves. Additionally, one of their cameras captured an intriguing anomaly while they were attempting to communicate with the spirit.
At this point, our static cam positioned inside the powdered chalk store where we were earlier is capturing banging sounds. And several seconds later, there is a flash of light up above where the walkways are.
Suspicious bang. The mysterious anomaly was just the beginning. A few minutes later, during the communication attempt, they got lucky again.
Now, as Jeff said earlier, chalk has been mined here for many years. Hundreds of years, and the quarry, which is now disused, the first quarry, is not that far from here, literally a stone throw. Now, I believe that it was all dug by hand, by shovel. And as the pit got deeper, men were lowered down on ropes, and that's how they dug it out, hanging on the end of a rope. Is that something you would have seen or did? Later on, as time progressed.
Phil?
Yeah.
There was something, I think, something moved. I wasn't too sure.
Okay. Did you just walk across me or behind me?
During the session, when Phil asks a question, hoping the spirit's voice would be captured on the device, something even better gets recorded. At a moment when neither of them is moving, the camera captures a shadow passing between the men. Was it the spirit's manifestation they so eagerly requested? Well, who knows? However, it wasn't just Jeff and Phil who captured something interesting. During their stay at Joliet Prison, the team from the Project Fear channel decided to split into two groups of two at one point during the investigation. Chelsea and Alex went to the western cell block, where, similar to the ghost hunters from England, they attempted to make contact with the spirits.
I'm rolling on the digital recorder. I have a device in my hand that you can talk to me through. Do you have anything you want to say? Are you messing with our walkies right now? We've been getting a lot of weird interference through our walkies. Is that you? Were you one of the inmates that was sentenced to life here?
What?
Dude, it's still going. If you're messing with the walkie right now, Chelsea, what?
Dude, you just brought up the fact that something was messing with our walkies. Like, you just said that.
If that was you, can you give me a confirmation through the digital recorder? Tell us that you're here with us.
Whatever we're dealing with, like, is no matter what, like, unless if it's a guard or someone who worked here, like, the chances of it being a prisoner is so high.
What was that, Chelsea? Okay, I'm gonna cut. We just heard something. Dude, that was a voice!
Like a deep, groaning voice. What is that? Hello?
I don't know what we're hearing, but we are hearing voices at the other side of the cell block.
It sounded like an angry, deep voice.
Yeah.
The response they received exceeded their expectations. First, someone interfered with their walkie-talkies.
What?
And a few seconds later, a deep male voice echoed from a nearby cell. But that wasn't the only event captured by this pair. During their investigation, they managed to obtain even better evidence.
You want to just take some pictures, as many as you can, down this hallway?
We'll set up a wide camera. We'll take some photos.
We know the tall man is up here. We caught you last time. Can you walk in front of this flashing light here? We want to see if you're still up here. We'll be able to see you on these pictures. All right, so we just took a bunch of pictures. Chelsea's gonna look through them and see if we got anything. Let's check these out. All right. Nothing.
What?
Wait.
What the hell? Okay, that's actually weird.
Is that not in the other ones?
No. Okay, so basically, hallway. But then this.
Yo!
What is that?
Dude, that's like a white, like, tinted mist. Hold on, wait, is there... There's literally nothing...
No, I mean, it's not in any other photo. It almost looks like it's connecting a little bit to the ceiling. Do you see that?
Dude, yeah, like right in here.
Yeah, it's almost like it's like crawling.
That's like exactly like the black, it was just black, the last one that we got.
Black though, this is white.
That's so weird.
You cannot tell me that is not the creepiest.
That's definitely, like, I see what you're saying though, because like there's like little parts of it like connecting up to the ceiling.
Ooh.
Hold on, let me zoom in on this. That looks like a monster.
Yeah. Do you see that eye?
Mouth, nose, mouth. Like,
But
dude,
not
that looks like a
human.
monster. Like an alien-looking monster.
Yes. Flip it around. Holy shit.
That is something otherworldly, Chelsea.
No, I know. I am going to put some filters on.
Dude, that one. Oh my God, Chelsea. Oh my God. I don't like to say this, but that looks like demonic almost.
Chelsea began taking photos in the corridor, where, during their previous investigation, they had captured a dark, peculiar anomaly. This time, instead of something dark, they captured something white. Most interestingly, when you rotate the photo, the anomaly resembles a face, which further unsettles our investigators. Is it possible that they managed to capture in the same place a white mysterious anomaly instead of a dark one this time? Who was really trying to communicate with them? Is it the entity they captured in the photo a real ghost? That decision is up to you. Meanwhile, let's return to Japan, where a chilling solo investigation of a haunted house by Shiroko awaits us. A woman who had experienced numerous unexplained phenomena in her family home contacted them. Shiroko agreed to verify the location. Besides a few unexplained noises, nothing extraordinary happened. However, this was soon to change.
ピントがちょこちょこピントがぶっ壊れんだよね。ちょっと階段が動いてる。ちょっと待って。あ、びっくりした。ちょっと待って。足元が見えないんだって。いるよね。誰かいます？
As Shiroko descends the stairs, the bathroom door closes right in front of him. He is slightly puzzled, as you can see, but it wasn't anything super terrifying, and Shiroko continues.
俺も画面見ないとマジで何も見えない。で、ここは。風？窓閉まってるもんね。ちょっと窓閉めてみるか。他の部屋の窓閉めてみて、これが勝手に動くかどうかだな。それをミッションにしていこう。動いてないよね。
Shiroko stands again by the bathroom door that previously closed on its own. And as we can see, when open, they close very easily, possibly due to wind or a draft. Thus, the mystery of the door is practically solved. Only one question remains. What about the foot? Wait, what foot? Surely each of you noticed that protruding foot. At that moment, Shiroko didn't notice what he managed to capture on tape. Even during editing, it was the viewers who noticed something was off. So, to whom did that foot belong to? Was it an attempt by the ghost haunting this house to manifest? Or do you have a better explanation for this mystery? We will move to England, where we join Connor in exploring an abandoned mansion.
Hello? Is anyone there? What the f? What the f? The f just went out. Who's there?
During his exploration, Connor notes that the building is inhabited by the homeless. When he is in one of the many rooms, a loud bang is heard behind him, followed by a light going out in the room to his right. Connor heads towards the source of the sound, but finds no one there. From then on, he continues his tour of the mansion more cautiously and attentively.
I smell smoke. Has someone had a cigarette in here recently?
Did you notice anything disturbing? The most observant viewers might have caught these anomalies. In the previous clip, we see Connor lured by a loud bang into one of the many hallways. A few minutes later, he visits it again. Do you see it now? It might seem odd, but at first glance, you notice the fire extinguisher has moved. Additionally, another extinguisher appears on the floor. But that's not all. The counter has additional papers. Of course, everyone probably noticed the mysterious figures standing by the counter. When Connor descends the stairs, we can observe a silhouette standing motionless. We can't be 100% sure if the recording is genuine. Unfortunately, right after Connor records the figure, there is a cut, which diminishes its credibility. What do you guys think? Who moved the items while Connor was exploring the mansion? And more importantly, who was that mysterious figure standing by the counter? Unfortunately, only Connor knows the answers to these questions. Only he knows if everything was real or staged. Let's move to China, where our well-known YouTuber Xiao Long is in one of many abandoned facilities in this area. However, in this specific one, something seemingly doesn't want him inside and tries to drive him out by all means.
有人吗？这里谁搁这里呢？谁呀？镜子，镜子，请把地狱大门给我打开！镜子，镜子，请把地狱大门给我打开！镜子，镜子，请把地狱大门给我打开！我去你！别打地狱大门，打窗户干你！怎么不听我话了呢？
As Xiao Long tries to summon spirits, the window behind him falls out of its frame and shatters on the ground. This, however, isn't extraordinary, as Xiao Long has experienced more unexplained phenomena in the past. Unfazed, he continues deeper into the facility.
我操！逃！窗户上，哎呦我操！窗户上有弹痕，兄弟们有弹痕！哎呦我！哎，我那是人啊！我他妈，你看那是啥？
Drawn by ominous sounds, Xiao Long reaches a room where he approaches a window and notices something unsettling in the opposite building. In the hallway of the building across, we see a dark silhouette standing still. Suddenly, a water bottle falls next to him, distracting him briefly, but when he looks back, the figure has vanished. He immediately heads to the spot where he saw the figure, but then something unexpected happens.
看着没？操你妈的！操你妈！哎呀！没死我！
When he is in the building where he captured the apparition a few moments earlier, something similar appears again. It might not be the same entity that appeared to Ian, but one gets the impression that whatever it is, it's toying with him. Just like before, a cabinet disrupts his focus on the figure, which once again disappears without a trace. After this incident, Xiao Long has had enough. He flees the building, runs to his car, and drives away. What really happened that night in the abandoned facility? What did he manage to record? A ghost, or perhaps someone following him? The final decision is yours. In the meantime, I'm taking you to Mexico, where we will visit the so-called Ouija house, along with Caballero Paranormal.
lastimosamente no pudimos entrar a los cuartos. ¡Ay, cabrón! ¡No mames! No, no mames. No mames. Vieron. Ay. Ahí voy. No te pases de mamón. ¡Ah! ¡Qué pinche susto! No, algo estaba ahí. Algo me estaba viendo. Algo estaba ahí.
When the YouTuber enters one of the rooms, he is confronted by a demonic childlike figure of a girl. This encounter causes the man to run out of the building, and it takes a while before he dares to look inside again. Unfortunately, the mysterious figure disappears without a trace, just as suddenly as it appeared. We remain in Mexico, where Ricky experienced a very similar situation. He also visited a supposedly haunted house.
¿Quién vive? ¿Quién vive? Hola.
While wandering through the building, Ricky notices a figure moving from room to room outside the window. Without hesitation, he runs to the spot where he saw the silhouette. As you can see, when he reaches the room, he finds no one there. Nevertheless, he doesn't stop searching and checks the other rooms. Once again, I'm testing your observation skills. This is another situation where an apparition reveals itself in the most unexpected moment, similar to previous sightings of limbs. So, do you think it's a head this time? Unfortunately not. This time, the entire figure appears. As Ricky descends the stairs, just before that, we can see a massive black figure in the window, which Ricky passes by. It is likely the same one he captured earlier moving between the rooms. Did he really manage to capture the mysterious dark figure twice? Speaking of the sinister entity, Payne Dice believes he is being haunted by something similar to what Ricky captured. He has managed to catch the entity on camera several times. Practically every time, the manifestation begins with inexplicable noises from the lower part of the building, aimed at luring the man downstairs. The same thing happened this time, during a game at 4 a.m. Disturbing sounds start coming from downstairs, and Payne Dice goes down to the first floor.
Pero pues seamos sinceros, ¿no? Todos venimos a ver pues si pasa algo. La neta, no, pues venimos al morbo. Y si yo prendo la luz, pues obviamente se van a dar cuenta de mis de mis paleros, ¿no? De mis actores. No, lo que pasa es de que ya les había dicho, pareciese que cuando no hay luz y pongo nada más poquita luz, una, pues lo que busco es que dé más el aspecto de terror, y dos, pues pareciese que lo que sea que se anda apareciendo aquí pues alimenta como de oscuridad o no sé, ¿no? De hecho eso fue lo que ustedes pusieron, no yo. Es por eso, ¿no? Pero bueno, al final del día, como yo les digo, ¿no? No lo quieren creer, está chido, ¿no? No tengo ninguna bronca. Se escuchaban, les digo, voces, pero... ¡Ay, su puta madre!
The man goes downstairs and thoroughly checks the first floor, finding nothing. He decides to return to his room, but his path is blocked by a dark figure that appeared on the stairs. Frightened, he backs away. After a while, he checks to see if the figure is still there. To his surprise, it's vanished. He returns to his room and goes to sleep. Unfortunately, the whole situation repeats itself once again.
El problema es eso, de cómo le voy a hacer para abrir ahí, porque... Pues es que no tiene sentido, o sea, la neta, no... No sé cómo hacerle. Chinga. Ya me quedé aquí atorado. Solamente que me brinca a la casa de los vecinos. No, porque se van a enojar. Al menos con la silla a lo mejor no se ve. Pero si no, pues ¿qué hago? Chinga, es que estoy pensando qué hacer. Y es que mi papá no está aquí en México ahorita, sino pues para decirle, ¿no? Que venga acá desde la casa, pero pues no se va a poder. Y es que si se fijan yo no puedo entrar incluso ni por la ventana porque pues tiene los barrotes. Entonces pues no se puede. O solamente que trate de brincarme. Solamente que agarre la escalera. Y suba hasta el techo y a ver si me puedo pasar del otro lado.
This time, the apparition does not reveal itself immediately. Payne Dice goes outside, where we can see a dark silhouette in the window, appearing and disappearing intermittently. Is he truly being haunted by a mysterious apparition that visits him at every opportunity, or are we witnessing a very well-prepared hoax? You guys decide. Kevin and Alexis visit an abandoned facility. While the men explore the building, strange noises occasionally reach them from unexplored corners of the structure. After a brief consultation, they split up and search the area alone.
La madre. Bien trucha, güey, estando bien trucha hacia nuestras espaldas, ¿eh?
At first glance, it might seem like nothing, but Kevin managed to capture a figure in the corridor. When we enhance the footage, we indeed see some strange silhouette hiding in the hallway. However, moments later, he revisits the place and we see that no one is there. Nevertheless, the investigation continues and Kevin and Alexis resume exploring together. They then encounter mysterious doors from which increasingly strange sounds, moans, and knocks emanate. At one point, Kevin gets close enough to capture it.
¿Puedo ayudarte en algo? Dime en qué puedo ayudarte.
¿Qué onda? Oh, fuck. No mames, güey, qué pedo. No lo puedo creer, güey. Está llorando algo. Ay, güey. Ay. No mames. Me voy a acercar, güey. Fuck. Me voy a asomar aquí, güey. ¡No mames! ¡No mames, güey! ¡No mames, güey! ¡No mames! Algo se movió, güey.
No mames.
Algo se movió aquí, güey.
As Kevin slowly approaches the door and looks through the window to see who is inside, we see a female figure with long dark hair standing just behind the door. As soon as Kevin clearly sees the figure, the apparition quickly moves out of his sight and disappears. Both enter, but whatever that apparition was, it's no longer there. What the hell was that? Was it the ghost of a woman haunting this place? You decide. Chris came to different conclusions after his solo exploration. He visited another dangerous location in Cleveland, Ohio. This time, his target was the abandoned Audubon Middle School. This historic school was built in 1922 by architect Walter McCormick, who later designed many affluent schools in Cleveland. Due to a decline in enrollment, the school couldn't stay open for long and was soon closed. At one point, this neighborhood was a safe and prosperous community. However, today it's a prime example of how dangerous Cleveland has become. Just a few months earlier, a 16-year-old was shot and killed right next to this school. Knowing the history of the school and the area, Chris decided to visit the place.
What the hell was that?
As Chris walks down the hallway, a loud bang echoes from the inside of the building, indicating someone else is there. However, he continues his exploration undeterred.
This area has a really weird smell. Smells like laundry detergent almost. That is weird.
As Chris explores more rooms, his static camera left in the auditorium captures something intriguing. We can see a mysterious black figure moving from the left door to the right door. Unaware of what he captured, Chris continues until he finds spent bullet casings and bloodstains in one room. This prompts him to leave the building immediately and call the police, who secure the area. However, while reviewing the camera footage, they find something equally disturbing. The footage shows a suspicious silhouette passing through the hallway and strange smoke emerging from around the corner. Was it a person, someone playing a trick, or perhaps these figures and the dark shape moving through the auditorium doors were not people, but apparitions caught on camera? What do you guys think? Ghosts or real people? Nevertheless, we do not venture far as we stay in Japan and join Kawachi, Nakamura, and Soji in a rather popular location visited by many ghost hunting groups. There, they meet Kiriki, who tells them that over half of these groups cannot endure the night and leave the mansion before dawn. They were soon to discover that this place truly deserves its haunted reputation.
で、ここの2部屋が今日基本的に滞在する、まあメインの部屋になるんですけど、まあこの部屋はまあ清掃してます。はい。ですけどこの部屋以外ほとんど触れてないんで、もう当時のそのままなんで。はい。これは多分元々が持ち主。ここ結構築年数が正確に分かってないんですけど、かなりいろんな方が住んでたらしくて、多分住んでた方の一人ですね。これ残留物っていうのはそのまま。残留物全くそのままです。上もそのままです。こっちのこの鏡も、これもともとあったやつなんですけど。
人気がすごいし、写真もすごい。
まあこれもともとあったやつで、写真あるんですけど、やっぱこう見ると、もうとんでもなく昭和の写真だなと。
これでも軍服ですよね、これ。
これ軍服っすね。
ですよね。どう見ても。
戦時中っすね。
軍人さんですよね。
で、こっちの棚に手紙、これが挟まってて。
はいはい。今日で終わりです。まだ海が出たら来てください。
まあちょっと
海が出たら。
なんかの病気だったと思うんですよ。なんかの病気だったと思うんですけど、結構海が出る病、まあ今日で終わりですがちょっとよくわかんないですけど。
After entering the house, Kiriki guides the entire team room by room. You might be wondering if anything paranormal happened in the shown clip, and indeed it did. However, it's not so obvious. It's literally the same situation as with Shiroko's foot. In the mirror's reflection, for just a fraction of a second, you can see a mysterious, almost demonic hand reaching towards Soji. The apparition appears out of nowhere, only to vanish immediately. Throughout the rest of the investigation, apart from a few inexplicable noises, the night passes quietly. So, what do you think about this phenomenon? What could this strange hand be? Was it a ghost trying to manifest, or something even more sinister? That decision is up to you guys. We know one thing for sure. The next recording uncannily reminds me of Diego Spiquez, who allegedly resides in a haunted house, Harash Afnan, hailing from Malaysia, and his situation eerily resembles Diego's. We encounter similar phenomena, such as the interaction of a young boy with a spirit.
Lubies, tidur dalam bilik, Lubies. Lubies. Dubious.
We witnessed several unsettling phenomena, culminating in a towel literally attacking Arash. But that was just the beginning.
Dubious. Rumah blackout ni Dubious. Dah. Pergi masuk tidur. Dubious. Dubious. Masuk. Dubious. Kenapa Dubious selalu main dengan dia tu?
Kalau Papa nak tahu, Papa bukan dia.
More and more disturbing phenomena began to be recorded by Arash, such as a hand emerging from behind cabinets, hair, and a disappearing figure under the blanket. Whatever it was, it manifested its presence more and more strongly.
Oh, rentak balik eh.
This time, the entity reveals itself more boldly and recklessly, disrupting the lives of Arash and his family. But we must ask ourselves one crucial question. Is everything we've seen so far truly the work of an evil spirit? Or is there fraud and manipulation of viewers on TikTok? The choice is yours. Unexpected phenomenon surely experienced by Danny and Dominic, who decided to spend the night in the haunted abandoned morgue. During the investigation, they decided to visit one of the most haunted rooms in the entire building and attempt to communicate with the spirit.
Já to zkusím položit na tu postel, víš co? Kámo, čekuj, ta postel vibruje, kde byl. Je to vidět? Ona se hejbe, kámo. Kámo, ten přístroj se úplně zbláznil, vole. A ono, kámo, vibruje celý ten rošt s tím přístrojem.
Yes.
Kámo, děláš
Kámo,
si
ta
prdel.
postel se hejbla. Lidi, víte to tam vzadu?
Ty píčo.
To ono má rovně, že jo?
Kámo, ona šla ke mně, vole.
Kámo.
Kámo. Ty krávo, OK, děkujeme za znamení. Takže víme, že jsi tady s náma. Máme odejít z této místnosti pryč a nechat ti tvůj klid? Pokud ano, zkus se nám znovu projevit. Ty krávo, to si děláš prdel. OK, děkujeme za znamení. My tedy tuto místnost opustíme. Necháme tě tady v klidu, nebudeme se ptát na další dotazy. Nevíme, kámo, co se tomu dotyčnému stalo, proč je tady. A jdeme odsaď o prdele, kámo. Ty píto! Kámo, to si děláš prdel, vole.
Kámo.
To šlo po mně, kde byl, kámo. Ty krávo, kámo, seru na to. Seru na to.
When Danny and Dominic tried to communicate with the spirits, They are surprised by the sudden and violent movement of the bed, which effectively causes them to leave that part of the building. Both then visit other well-known locations in the morgue where the figure of a woman is often seen.
Slyším, víš co, jakoby cvrlik od těch ptáků.
No, entity chillujou asi.
Chce si to s tím trošičku pohrát, s tím nastavením, jo, takže vysunout tu anténu třeba úplně, umístit to prostě třeba přímo sem. Jsi tu s námi, je tady nějaká duše, která by se chtěla projevit na nějakým z těch přístrojů. Jsme tady jenom kvůli vám, abyste nám ukázali, že tu jste, a pak se samozřejmě zeptáme na nějaké otázky, proč tu jste. Ale jako upřímně nevím, přijeme, že už tady jsme asi 15-20 minut. Přístroje zatím nic. Trošku jsme to tady přeorganizovali, aby tady byla lepší energie, ale...
Kámo, viděl jsi to?
Co?
Čum?
Neřekně se hejbe, kde byl.
Kámo, jo.
Je to vidět na tom videu, nebo ne?
Ne.
Vidí.
Kámo, asi jo. Já nevím, kámo.
A čum? Já, jakoby, i když to jako se zkusíme jako ustabilizovat, tak stejně se to jakoby trošičku jakoby hejbe, víš? Všim si z toho? Víš?
Jako, ale vítr tady, kámo se to... Kámo.
To byla ta židle teď?
Jo. Hej, viděli jste to lidi?
Kámo, co si to do s náma hraje, vole. Projev se nám, jestli si tady, dotkni se těch přístrojů, zkus něco s něčím pohnout, něco posunout. Kámo, ta židle zase, vole.
Kámo. Hej, já bych si s tím dal...
Kámo, já bych šel do toho radši dál, vole,
já
víš
taky,
co?
vole.
Kámo, čekuj. Já jestli vidět lidi, a ta židle se fucking klá, kde byl.
Jde to vidět, kámo.
Kámo, vem tu kameru a natoč to zblízka.
Já to přiblížím, kámo.
Yes, nebo vidět, že fakt nikdo nic s ničím neděláme. Kámo, to je nějaký, vole, nějaký loophole, nebo...
Já nechápu, jako, jak si to může takhle hrát.
Kámo, víš, to je divný jak syně, že jste tady hnuli věci, ale ty přístroje nic.
This time, we again see someone moving an object. This time, it's a chair. However, in the meantime, a static camera covering the entire room records someone. A translucent white figure emerges from the room, resembling a woman dressed in a long white dress, which then literally dissolves in the air. Did they manage to capture paranormal activity and a real ghost in the abandoned morgue? Or was everything we saw just a well-prepared hoax? Consider this, and in the meantime, we'll see what the RC Fun TV channel group managed to capture. They visit an old wooden cabin where they once managed to record a terrifying pale head peeking out of the window. They return to this place, hoping to capture something again.
Mauលើកមុនគេបានយល់មុនមួយធ្វើអូចឹងហើយជាគាត់ធ្វើបាទហើយជាអាចចាត់ទៅគាត់เลยបាទព្រៃមិនចៃប្រេះច្រើនមែនទេធ្វើអត់ធ្វើអត់អត់ឃើញមកបងឃើញផកឃើញអត់ផងច្រើនឈួលមកឈួលពីក្រានខ្ញុំឃើញមុខច្បាស់ណាស់នេះនៅលើឡើយនេះមាន7កាន់ឈួលចំឡើយនេះប្រិមិត្តមិញខ្ញុំឃើញមុខច្បាស់ណាស់បាទមានមុខមានសក់អីច្បាស់បាទមែនទេតែម្ដង
Là chỉ là cái tài lái mình có nhẹ quá đó cho mình.
The men enter the cabin, and we see that no one is there. However, between a wooden post and the wall, a head appears, effectively causing the men to leave the cabin. They return after a moment, only to notice that there is no one where they saw the head. What was that? A ghost? Another person? Or maybe you know what it was. We'll head to Poland to take a look at a rather interesting exploration. Tomek is a fireworks enthusiast, and on his channel we can see many recordings of tests of various fireworks or explosive materials. Most interestingly, only one recording is dedicated to something else. It's an expedition to an abandoned psychiatric hospital near Warsaw. As we know, the team are not ghost hunters, so the whole exploration is more of an entertainment nature. However, at a certain moment, something completely out of place was captured on camera.
Ty, co jest? What the f***? Nocna wizja mi siadła. Nie wiem. O kurwa. O. Ty, no właśnie nie wiem. Latarka działa. Widzisz? O kurwa, tu przepaść jest, ty, ale... O, dobra, działa. Ty, przez chwilę nocna wizja mi nie działała. Kaczor.
Co?
Nocna wizja mi nie działała przez chwilę.
Wyłączyła się, po prostu.
Wyłączyła się. Człowieku, myślałem, że baterię. Normalnie, kurwa, wyłączyła się. Tam zacząłem coś nagrywać i się nagle, kurwa, włączyła.
When Tomek traverses the rooms with the team, something interesting happens. The night vision on his camera spontaneously turns off. Then, after a few seconds, it returns to operation. Most interestingly, he mentions that he was recording something inside, and right after that, the camera started malfunctioning. So, let's take a look again. Did you see that? Just before the night vision dies, in the room, we can see a mysterious translucent figure. The apparition is almost entirely white and appears to be either leaning out of the window or simply standing in a peculiar way. This situation is very similar to the one Hiro and Tomo captured. So, what do you folks think? Is it just a coincidence that right after the apparition was captured, the night vision shuts off? Or perhaps you know another rational explanation for this phenomenon. His static camera on the ground at one point registers a strange black anomaly. It flies right in front of the lens. Was it something paranormal or just a reflection of some object by a flashlight? You guys decide. Similarly mysterious phenomenon was captured by one of the Reddit users who noticed something disturbing in the door.
What the f, bro? Okay, cool.
In the cabin door, we can see a strange green face. It disappears as the man gets closer to the door until it completely disappears. What was it? A ghostly face? Or just a reflection of a strangely shaped tree? You decide. Ahmad Salih, who once again tries to capture a jinn on camera.
Bismillah.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. هاي كان في حدا يما كان في حدا.
At one point, Ahmad approaches the mirror and does a fairly popular thing among ghost hunters from the Middle East. He illuminates the place behind his back with a flashlight and waits for the spirit to appear behind him. Unexpectedly, something does indeed appear behind his neck. A mysterious demonic hand appears out of nowhere, and when Ahmad turns around, we see that there's no one there. Was it a real jinn captured on camera or a well-prepared hoax? The final decision is yours. Mo also exits the building, deciding to record a haunted inn in Belmont.
So anyways, we were trying to say that like when it comes to the paranormal stuff, apparently on the floors, like some of the floors down here, it's weird because I don't think these are all bedrooms. And on some of these rooms, or I should say bedrooms, whatever these rooms are.
Guys, honestly, I don't think there's a black widow.
There's gotta be something, dude. Like that blue window right there, that's where apparently it all happened. So like, maybe at 3 o'clock, maybe at 2 a.m., maybe at 1, I don't know. It is like almost midnight right now.
Maybe.
But you just never know. So, wait, what do you mean something was watching when you were sleeping?
Like, I was trying to sleep earlier.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I kept having these dreams, like these bad dreams. I felt like something was watching me.
Hey.
What?
No, there's something there. Like
Where?
actually something was just there.
Where?
In the window.
real?
That's our fucking bedroom.
You caught something in the window?
I swear to God I caught something in the bedroom.
Oh, no, I wasn't filming.
While Mo is recording the building, the mysterious black figure passes by a window where the paranormal activity is most intense. The YouTubers enter and find the room, but whatever was there has vanished. Dakota had a decidedly different experience during an investigation at the old hospital on College Hill with Alex, Tanner, and Chelsea. They decided to lock him in the morgue overnight.
It actually smells in here. It smells gross. What? What was that? Hello? I just heard something like knocking or touching the outside of this. Hello? Claustrophobic. It's not giving me anything. I haven't gotten a single response or anything in here. Do you have a message for me? Can you tell me something? Can you give me a word? What the f? No! What was that? Seriously, get me out of here. Hello? F this stupid room. I want to get out. Afterlife. It just said afterlife. Seriously, I don't like this.
Suddenly, something hits the morgue wall, terrifying Dakota. A few minutes later, when he asks for a sign, something hits the wall again, escalating Dakota's fear. Was this an attempt at contact by a ghost during their stay in the haunted hospital?
Something, can you give me a word? What the f? No!
This is the question Erlo undoubtedly asks himself after capturing something frightening during his journey through a forest in South Africa.
I think we have found a perfect place to place the trail camera. So this trail running along here is literally the only entrance and exit for this entire valley. And you can see it's very narrow, so it's very easy to funnel the animals in one spot. You know exactly where they'll be walking. It's very dense around here. So I guess animals can walk wherever they want. They don't need the trail. But I'm almost 100% convinced we'll catch some animals on this trail. Just look at how nice that is. I just have to find a good spot to place the camera. I'm not too concerned about people finding the camera. This trail isn't used a lot because it's just a one-way. It's not a through-way. So maybe a tree. I reckon this tree could maybe work. Although that's going to be very obvious. Maybe if we find something that's a little bit further into the tree line, so it's better hidden, this could perhaps work. I have no idea what that was. That was not an animal. I think I'm gonna leave.
While traversing a rather narrow forest path, Erlo is stopped by mysterious sounds.
Work.
Without hesitation, he quickly flees the forest. What were these strange noises? Or better yet, who made them?
Work.
In the meantime, we return to Japan, where this time, instead of visiting a bathroom like Gashan, we will investigate a supposedly haunted temple with Kuru. He went to this exact location after receiving a message from a viewer who, along with friends, visited this place. During their stay, they experienced an inexplicable phenomenon where a black figure unexpectedly emerged from the building, scaring the group, who promptly left. After reading the message, Kuru immediately decided to verify the location. After leaving his vehicle and walking a considerable distance, Kuru reached his destination and began the investigation.
失礼します。これめっちゃ暗いな。これ暗視じゃないと見えへんわ。うわ、すごっ。こっちは、記念碑かな。記念碑やな。なんか
声聞こえた気がした。
We see the temple and the surrounding area. Surely, each of you noticed the mysterious anomaly during this segment. If not, here's a hint. We have a very similar situation to a few weeks ago when Mr. Shiroku visited a haunted tunnel and was touched by a mysterious hand. This time, it's harder to detect because Kuro did not react at all after being touched. If we slow down the recording appropriately, we indeed see a hand touching Kuro's hand. Of course, one could argue it was his other hand, but how could he be holding the camera? We conclude that someone else was there with him. Unaware of this encounter, Kuro continues, sets up his equipment, and tries to communicate with the spirit.
あんまり何か現象っていうのは感じられないです。ただ、なんていうか寒気がすごいです。結構虫とか飛んでて、まあちょっと暑いんですけど、なぜか寒気を感じる。ピーみたいな耳鳴りっぽい音も聞こえてる気します。あとちょくちょく動物ではない人の声みたいな、なんかそんな音が聞こえてる気がします。早く立ち去れと言われてるような、そんな感じの感覚になります。一応ちゃんとした神聖な場所なんで、僕の勝手なそういう思い込みでそういう雰囲気になってるだけかもしれないんですけど、さっきの男の人の鼻歌の件といい、やっぱりただの神聖な場所ではないような、そんな空気が感じます。
During the attempt to communicate, nothing extraordinary happens. There is almost complete silence. Not wanting to waste more time, Kuro ends the investigation and turns off the equipment. However, the static camera that Kuro had set up earlier managed to capture something interesting during the communication attempt. A mysterious pale demonic hand suddenly appears on the monument. The biggest mystery remains how someone managed to stick out a hand without revealing the rest of the body, assuming it was a hoax. Therefore, the second option is that it was a spirit haunting the place, and the hand that appeared earlier might have been an attempt by the spirit to reveal itself to Kuro. What do you think, folks? Levi had similar experiences to the four-man brothers when he went to a supposedly haunted asylum and captured something remarkably similar.
Reflecting through that wall or mirror. Sorry, that was corny. I'm so nervous right now. I don't know what to do. Oh, look at the shadow. Oh, hello. Dude, that was that book. Can you tell me who threw that book? Wasn't that yellow book pages was right here at top? I saw something passing by. Don't be afraid, I'm just here to communicate with you guys.
When Levi stared into the mirror, something appeared there at a certain moment. For literally a fraction of a second, we see a white misty anomaly in the reflection, which somewhat resembles a child's face. Did Levi manage to capture something paranormal that night? Alberto, during his solo exploration of an abandoned motel, was unaware of what he had captured.
Hace muchísimo frío en algunas zonas, como esta, especialmente en la que me encuentro. No sé por qué hará frío. Porque allá afuera, en el exterior, no había nada de frío. Es solamente aquí. Vean cómo se encuentran los cristales que estaban antes en este sitio. Vean, todos rotos, todos están cayendo. Hace quién sabe cuántos años los habrán quebrado, porque es notorio que... ¿Sí se escucha algo por acá? Apenas perceptible, pero se me hizo escuchar algún ruido.
At one point, we see a figure dressed in a red hoodie moving its hand behind one of the pillars. Of course, it could have been someone else in the building hiding or possibly stalking Alberto. The latter option may be more plausible considering what he captured a few minutes later.
Así, solo, en un lugar tan abandonado, tan olvidado, y donde se cuenta, según algunas personas, que aquí hubo algunos asesinatos y que fue por eso que dejaron en el abandono este motel y por eso lo clausuraron. Y es una propiedad inmensamente grande que tiene muchísimos espacios. De pronto hay ruidos de la carretera, de camiones que se escuchan y que me sorprenden bastante, pero hace un momento escuché, no mames, ¿hay alguien? No sé, digo, también no hay que descartar que el viento está soplando muy fuerte. Solo hace el día y el día será lo que tú hagas con él. Muy buena reflexión. Pero en este momento no ayuda de nada, porque se siente espeluznante. Y más porque hay ruidos. Ahora no sé si estos ruidos pudieran provenir de la planta alta. No sé si pudieran venir de la zona de arriba, porque hay otro piso arriba y abajo también.
Just behind Alberto, as he exits a room, we see a woman who quickly hides from the camera after being noticed. We can almost certainly infer from her attire that the woman appearing behind him and behind the pillar is the same person. So, only a few questions remain. Why didn't Alberto notice her when he entered the room? Is this woman stalking him, or is it really a ghost? We may never find the answers to these questions. What are your thoughts, folks? Ryan had different experiences compared to Alberto. Together with his brother River and Wyatt, they conducted an investigation at Bobby Mackey's, considered one of the most haunted places in the entire country. People there have experienced malevolent energy trying to attack them. Many have seen a demonic figure with yellow eyes, and exorcisms have been performed in the building. After hearing these and other dark stories about the alleged portal to hell, the team promptly went to the location. Shortly after the night began, Ryan experienced the demon's power firsthand.
We're gonna go down to the basement. If nothing happens down there, we're coming back here. But the main reason why we're here is because we want to see that portal. We want to see if any of that is true.
Hold out your hand.
What?
Should I do it? Should I do it? Should we all try it? See what happens? Oh God.
Our hands are out.
Wait.
Wait. We're waiting. This is not good. Why do we do this?
Charlie.
John.
Any of the other entities or spirits.
Guys, my face.
What?
I wonder if we caught that on camera.
Or spirits.
Guys, my face.
What?
I felt like something poked me in the face.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I hear
When the trio stands close together, the camera captures something clearly touching Ryan's neck. Could a demonic entity be using its powers to scare the team? Possibly, but for the rest of the time spent inside, aside from unexplained footsteps, voices, and the previously mentioned touch on Ryan's face, nothing extraordinary was captured. However, their loyal viewers noticed something that is not entirely normal.
What kind of information can you give us that'll make us know that you are here? There's got to be something. If you understand what I'm saying, give us a sign, please. Let us know who you are.
I'm confused. Is that you making those noises?
I'm not moving down here.
Here it is again, yeah.
Night vision. Night vision?
Are you okay?
What? Dude, that sounded like something just crawled that way. Are you right here? No. Shut the up.
That's my voice.
I was just gonna say.
Leg!
I was just gonna say I heard somebody talk that way. I swear you were standing right here. I swear.
It just said that's my voice. That's the second time now we've heard somebody talk.
I'm shaking a little bit, man. Who is this? Did you just walk in here? Oh. Did you hear that, Ryan?
Yeah.
Do that again, please.
It's difficult to notice, as with previous recordings, such as those of Johnny and Jordan, where the apparition was hard to locate. In this case, we see a bright light anomaly, which, as I mentioned, was spotted by their viewers. However, it could have been the reflection of their flashlights or something from the street. On the other hand, it's much more difficult to explain the touch on Ryan's face that could have been made by a malevolent entity. As usual, the decision on whether what we saw is real or fake is all up to you. In any case, our next recording cannot be easily explained. Robert is an enthusiast of exploring old or historical places. On his channel, you won't find anything related to ghost hunting. However, during one of his explorations, along with Dan, they visited a solitary, dilapidated cabin in the woods, which, according to local residents, is haunted. They both check the interior of the cabin, where no one but them is present. Then they both go under the house to see if they can find anything interesting.
So that's a 1958 Coke bottle, right?
What is that?
Oh, that's weird. Here. That is strange. You heard that, right, Dan?
Yes, I did.
That was weird. Alright, that's enough of this old house for a minute. We're gonna go look at something else.
Hello?
While laying under the cabin, distinct footsteps are heard from the room directly above them. Interestingly, they stop completely as soon as the men look inside. Robert enters and inspects the entire building, finding nothing. So, what were those footsteps? Meanwhile, let's head to Brazil, where a group of ghost hunters conducts a spirit box session in a haunted church where the apparition of a nun manifests.
Sei lá, cara. Foi você que rosnou aqui? Foi você que fez a manifestação aqui?
In this short segment of their investigation, a figure resembling a nun appears behind them, watches the investigators for a few seconds, and then vanishes without a trace. Essentially, we have a similar phenomenon here as with Frank, Ricky, and Magda. In each case, a figure peeks out and looks at our YouTubers. Is this also something paranormal or not? However, Tom had completely different experiences compared to everyone else mentioned earlier. Instead of unexplained phenomena like terrifying heads peeking out and staring at him, something much more dangerous happened in his path.
Y'all gonna think I'm crazy. I'm walking down the street, walking back from the store. There's this guy probably about 15 feet behind me. And you know how you can tell someone's walking behind you? I look back, and he's just at me. He stops when I stop. So I walk forward a little bit. You know, I keep walking like that. And I said, I turn, I go, what? What's your problem? Swear to God, on my mother's grave, this guy's eyes was jet black. Just sit there smiling like that, man. I turned around. I said, shit, dude. This shit. I come home. I'm sitting out there where my street is. Like that corner right there by that stop sign, that motherfucker stand right in there, dude. Come in here, get my gun, look out again. He's gone. That dude was not human.
While returning home from the store, Tom encounters a very suspicious person who begins to follow him. This could likely cause mild fear and unease in anyone. At one point, Tom turns around and notices that the man has completely black eyes and is laughing in a bizarre way. When he describes the stranger's actions, I can't help but draw a comparison to the movie Smile. We can speculate about what this strange man wanted. Nevertheless, a few days later, Tom encounters the same stalker again, this time near his home.
Okay, look guys, seriously, look. Right there, right there. There the fuck is. There the fuck is, dude. I swear to fuck, man. Holy fucking shit. The motion sensor went off. There's that. God damn, you see that? You see that? Look at him. You can't even see his fucking head. It's that fucking you. I told you. He's thick with his arms, dude. Oh.
This time, we can take a closer look at Tom's mysterious stalker. By observing the man, we can conclude that there is probably something seriously wrong with him. The stranger stands motionless in a hunched posture, staring at Tom. It's quite an unpleasant and uncomfortable situation, wouldn't you agree? But one fundamental question remains. Who is he, and what does he want from Tom? One thing we know for sure is that Paolo, Debbie, and Jayan, while playing with a Rando Nautica app, were sent by it to the seaside, where they made a shocking discovery.
Il buco 1800 qualcosa.
Ma non si spaventa, che cazzo c'è?
Cosa? Aspetta, fammi solo vedere. 1000.
Ma che roba c'è?
Puoi dire cosa? Ma che cazzo dici? Oh mio Dio.
Ma no.
Ma è una persona?
Ma raga, no, ma sarà un sacchetto?
No, raga, sembra una persona, Raga, c'è una persona lì, Sì, una persona. Non lo so, aspetta. Raga, vi dico di sì. Raga, ma che cazzo è? Dove cazzo è andato?
Te lo giuro che c'era.
Raga, ma non c'è più.
Te lo giuro che c'era una persona lì.
Ah, l'hai vista anche tu?
Ma sì.
Ma siamo sicuri? Perché a me sembrava tipo un sacchetto dell'immondizia.
Gianni, un sacchetto dell'immondizia non hanno le braccia.
Le braccia? Le braccia le ho filmate io, te le faccio vedere adesso. Qua era. Era qua, ragazzi.
Attenzione, amico.
Ma era qua.
Ma non è che c'è un sacchetto che poi è volato.
Ma infatti quello che ho
Poi è
detto,
morto
a sto punto
qualcuno?
raccogliamolo.
Paolo, fai attenzione, che non vorrei che muori tu.
Raga, non c'è nessuno.
Era veramente un sacchetto?
E se
Oppure gli ha
invece...
visto le braccia? Hai visto le braccia? Ma le braccia umane proprio, cioè sicuro di quello che dici?
Io sono quasi sicuro al 100% di aver filmato delle braccia. Posso dirvelo? Delle braccia.
Unexpectedly, we see a figure laying motionless among the ruins. Paulo slowly approaches the silhouette. He turns away for a moment, and when he looks back, the figure has mysteriously vanished. Paulo goes to the spot where someone was laying, and indeed, no one is there. Whatever was there has disappeared. Who was this figure? Do you have any ideas? On January 23, 2023, Rachel posted a recording that clearly shows something is very wrong. While completely alone in her room, she decided to film her new TV. However, what was captured along with the TV is truly horrifying. In the reflection, a dark, ominous figure can be seen standing near the bed where Rachel is sitting. What's worse, when she gets up, the sinister entity appears to move and vanishes from the camera's view. Did she manage to capture something paranormal that day? That's for you to decide. In our next video from TikTok, Cassandra had an entirely different experience. With only a few days left until Halloween, at around 3 a.m., she was awakened by disturbing noises coming from her backyard. We can see and hear the gate moving by itself. Cassandra scans the area with the flashlight until her eyes catch a mysterious figure standing just beyond her fence. She quickly turns off the light and starts pacing around the house. After some time, she takes another look inside, but whatever it was, it suddenly starts knocking on the door. Terrified, she ends the recording, leaving us in suspense as to what happened next. According to Cassandra, she felt threatened and terrified for several days afterward, especially as people in the comments pointed out that the mysterious figure at her gate seemed to have horns. And indeed, when you enhance the footage, something resembling horns does appear. What do you think, folks? Who or what was that eerie silhouette? You might find the answer to this question and others in our final recording.
So we're in the middle desert right now. It's like 3 a.m. They say that around here, like the witch appears somewhere here. We'd be hearing some noises right in the back, but I don't know.
We stay quiet. You hear some noises right now.
Oh shit, watch.
What the fuck is that, man? What the
Let's
fuck
go.
was that?
Hold on. What the is this dude? Oh, what the Run, what the was that? What the was that?
While navigating a labyrinth, the team encounters a terrifying figure of an alleged witch, or possibly a friend dressed in old clothes and a wig. What do you guys think?